Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Keeping Goals. I'm going to be having a look at my stats on Football Manager 13. I don't know what this is out of. If this is out of 20, then that's pretty good. If it's out of 60, then that's not great. My worst stat in my goalkeeping, come on, Football Manager. You know that's not true.
My Football Manager stats. Guess my penalty taking out of 20.
Conor! Perfect.
Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of Keeping Goals. If you're new here, my name is Conor O'Keefe, and Keeping Goals is a vlog documenting my journey as a goalkeeper and my attempt to try and play at the highest level of football. Welcome back to another episode. As you can see, I managed to finally get a haircut, sharpened up for the first time in what feels like forever. It's another beautiful, sunny, freezing cold day outside in Piteå here in Sweden. This evening we have a training session with my club, S5Ep5, over in Luleå on the full-size pitch. Goalkeeper session, so I'm going to bring the GoPro along, show you guys what I'm working on, as we have been doing in previous weeks. Hopefully that'll bring you some value. But this morning, going to be doing something a little bit different, as you probably guessed from the title. One of you guys has sent me something pretty cool, so I'm going to go over to the computer, load that up, and let's have a look. As you've already worked out, I'm going to be having a look at my stats on Football Manager. The truth is, I've never actually played Football Manager, and I know that's going to be a little bit of a shock because I know so many of you guys love it. A lot of my mates did, so I understand the game, I know what it's all about, and it is very cool to be on a game. But personally, I always played FIFA, so when we actually get onto FIFA, I'll have a little bit more context when we do this kind of review, but I thought it'd be fun to have a look at my stats. See whether they've been harsh, whether they've been fair, or whether they've been way too kind. First of all, big shout out to Kyle. Kyle actually sent me these stats. He told me that he was playing on Football Manager. He told me that he was playing with Piteå, and he sent across the stats that I have in Football Manager 2021. So, let's have a look at them. Now, the first thing that I can see is there's no Piteå badge. Football Manager, what's going on? You need Piteå's badge right there, not this weird kind of red and white shield. At least they've got the colours right. Also, I have no picture. That's definitely not what I look like. I suppose you know you've made it when you get your picture in Football Manager. 24 years old. I'm not actually 24 anymore, I'm 25 now, but English. We should also probably have Irish in there. I've got dual citizenship, so might as well add those two. So we have current ability, potential ability, 4.5 stars. That sounds pretty good. Also seems as though I've reached my peak, which I'm not happy about. We've got plenty of things to learn. I understand there is probably a little bit of variance in different games. So if you sign me and I'm great, you're welcome. If you sign me and I'm rubbish, it's not my fault, it's the game. And the coach's summary, we've got 4 pros and 2 cons. It doesn't actually tell me what my cons are, so I'm gonna have to ask the gaffer about that. Career stats, in the bottom right-hand corner, it says I've played for 14 clubs. That's definitely not true. I'm sure I haven't played for 14 clubs. Maybe in my entire life when I was playing kids football, but 14 definitely seems excessive for someone that's only been playing men's football since 2014. So we've got height at 183 centimetres. Very kind of Football Manager to add on 1 centimetre. We'll take it. But weight is 72 kilos apparently. I'm not sure I've been 72 kilos since I was probably about 16. I haven't actually got scales with me right now, but I'm about 81 kilos, so need to bulk that up a little bit. Right, let's get into the stats. Let's have a proper look at these. We have goalkeeping stats, mental stats, physical stats, and technical stats. Looking at my goalkeeping, and the only stat that is in green, which I presume is really good, is communication. We'll take that. All those years of shouting at defenders pays off. It's my best stat on all of these categories, so that's pretty cool. Next best stat on my goalkeeping category, 1v1s, 13. I don't know what this is out of. If this is out of 20, then that's pretty good. If it's out of 60, then that's not great. But I rate that. I'm glad that I'm good at 1v1s. I feel like I'm good at 1v1s in my game, so I feel that's pretty consistent. My worst stat in my goalkeeping is my eccentricity, which is 3. Now, if I'm understanding that right, you don't really want to be very eccentric as a goalkeeper, so I'm pretty happy that that's quite low. But we've got a few which are pretty low. First touch, 7. Passing, 7. I'd hope that my passing and my first touch was a little bit higher than 7. Moving on to my mental statistics. Now I like this. I like the fact that you've got the mental stats. As I always say, mentality, very important for goalkeepers. It says my best mental attribute is my determination, 13. I'm a determined fellow. I work hard, so I'm glad that they've seen that in Football Manager. Thank you very much. It says my flair is a 5. I think they're actually probably being quite generous with a 5. I would not describe myself as a flair player. This comes from the man that if my boots aren't black tiempos, I think I'm overstepping slightly. So I think they could probably lower the flair rated if we're being honest. Got composure at a 7. I feel like I've got a bit of composure. I throw in a Cruyff every now and again. Aggression 10, leadership 10. I don't think that's a bad set of stats for the mental ones. As I said, if it's out of 50 then it's terrible, but if it's out of 20 that looks pretty good. Next up we have the physical attributes. My best physical attribute, it says, is my natural fitness, which is a 12. I think natural fitness, I've always been pretty fit, but I work on it. I wouldn't say it was natural, but these all seem pretty consistent. It doesn't seem like there's anything that is that weak. It says my weakest one is my jumping reach, which I'm not having. The amount of plyometric training we're doing, the spring and the jump is something that I'm sure should be higher than an 8. Pace is an 8. 10 to 20 meters, I fancy myself, I'll have it. Any longer than that, probably not. Seems middle of the pack for physical. And finally, technical stats. Now when I look at technique as a 7, I'm not really sure what that means. Fair enough. But immediately, I'm looking at that penalty taking. The worst stat on my entire board is my penalty taking, which is a 1. Now, I've never actually taken a penalty as a senior footballer, so they haven't got much to go on in fairness. Maybe they watched that vlog when I was taking penalties with Matt and Alex, because I had some shocking penalties in there. The fact that my mate Matt, who's an outfielder, saved 2 of my penalties, that probably warrants the fact that I got a 1, so I can't really complain about that. I did score the winning penalty in a penalty shootout in year 10, Cheshire Cup quarter-final, so that surely should have bumped it up to a 2. And there's a big jump up to free kick taking at a 7. That is probably too generous. Outfield rating 2. I was a good outfield player at under 11s, under 12s. Personality balanced, questionable. And preferred foot right only. Come on, Football Manager. You know that's not true. But yeah, those are my Football Manager 2021 stats. That was pretty cool. Pretty fun to have a look through them. Thank you to everyone that sent me a message saying that they've signed me as well. That's very cool. If you do sign me, a nice signing on bonus would be kind of you. But very cool. If you do play the game, enjoy it. Let's take P tier all the way to the top. Let me know in the comments what your best Football Manager stat would be out of that list. I'm excited to see what you guys think. Anyway, that's it for messing around. I need to go and do some actual football and some actual training. Maybe work on my penalties. Time to crack on. I will see you guys later for training.
Time to train. Do you know what I saw today? My Football Manager stats. Guess my penalty taking out of 20.
I don't know, is it really good?
1.
Conor! 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 Ja, perfekt. Fint. Ja, pass på. Oh, no. Fint.
So training done, all finished. As you saw, more work on distribution, more work on crosses, making the most of having the big pitch, movement around the goal in there as well. A lot of you guys noticed last time we did that drill using the Swedish colours, helping me to learn a few more Swedish words. And then we finished it off with some 8v8s, 9v9s, kind of small-sided games. But that was it for Tuesday's session. Now in last week's vlog, you might remember, full week of training vlog, I asked you guys for your recommendations for songs for the gym. We had so many of you leaving your favourite gym songs in the comments that we had to create our own playlist. So I'm very happy to say that we now have the Keeping Goals playlist over on Spotify. A training playlist for you guys, picked by you guys, with a wide ranging selection of songs to help you at the gym or at training or wherever you listen to your music. So go and give it a look. If you search the Keeping Goals playlist on Spotify, you should be able to find it. Give it a follow. And I hope you enjoy it. Some interesting selections from all of you. So I tried it out the other day in the gym, really enjoyed it. It was a really good gym playlist, so good work, guys. This week's patron of the week is Amy Page. Amy, thank you so much for your support. We wouldn't be able to make Keeping Goals without it. So as a thank you, here is your Keeping Goals shout out. If you guys want to win Patron of the Week, have early access to podcasts, have monthly Q&As and loads of other benefits, you can become a patron like Amy by signing up using the link below this video. But that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you did, please hit that like button. It helps us reach as many people as we possibly can. And if you haven't already, just give a little click on that subscribe button. Come and join the Keeping Goals Union. We'd be glad to have you. But thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next Sunday, 11 AM UK time, as always, for the next episode of Keeping Goals. Have a great week. Stay safe. Look after yourselves. Keep chasing improvement as always. And I'll speak to you in a bit.